happy Tuesday. Today is Tea Talk Tuesday again. I already had a cup of coffee earlier, so on today's Coffee Talk Tuesday, I wanted to talk about HOAs. So what exactly is an HOA? If you are a buyer, a new buyer especially, and you are thinking about buying in the greater Phoenix area where a majority of the communities are HOA communities, what does that mean for you? So an HOA community is a homeowners association community. Each community has their own HOA, and within that community, most of those HOA communities are managed by outside community governance. So it's comprised of a board of your neighbors, but it also is helped being maintained by an outside entity. So what does a monthly or a quarterly HOA charge cover? So your monthly or quarterly HOA fees is basically covering your common areas, so any of the landscaping that you have around your community, any green belts, any playgrounds, any pools, any gates or rec halls, basically all that is supposed to be, that HOA fee is covering all of that. Plus, your HOA fee is also, some of it is being put into a reserve fund. So in case anything happens, like storm damage, which especially in the monsoon season, we just wrapped up our monsoon season in Arizona. So especially in the monsoon with the high rain, high wind storms, the damage to those common areas is being covered by your reserve funds that are being paid by your HOA fees. So what else about an HOA? So your HOA fee is covering all the stuff, but there's also CC&Rs when you buy into a community that has an HOA. So CC&Rs are covenants and restrictions, and pretty much every community has the same-ish guidelines in the CC&Rs. Don't leave your trash cans out, make sure you're pulling your weeds, make sure your landscaping looks good. They might differ in certain details like X number of bushes in your front yard or X number of trees in your front yard. But basically all these rules and restrictions or covenants are helping to upkeep the community as a whole. So a lot of people are like, hey, I don't want to live in an HOA community, I don't really care, I'll still maintain the look and appeal of my home. That's great, but one of the pros of living in an HOA community is that it does bring up the value of your home a little bit more because you're living in a standardized community. So if you are looking to buy in a community that has an HOA, make sure that you are looking at the CC&Rs with your agent ahead of time. And make sure that there's no surprises in there, like any extra fees or costs or anything. Some HOAs or some communities will have 2 HOAs, so be aware of that. And the reason being is that if it's part of a master community, then there's going to be the master community HOA fee. So let's say like the clubhouse and your pool house and all that, plus your subdivision HOA, which let's say it's just a group of like 50 homes that has a gate compared to like the other 500 homes in the community that don't have a gate. So within that master plan, there's going to be subdivisions, and those might have their own HOA fees. So just make sure you are aware of that when you're buying a home in HOA communities. If you guys have any other questions or comments, just comment below or message me, text me. I'm happy to have any feedback, and in the meantime, have a great rest of your week.